football netball, I welcome you here today to the 2025 Yarra Valley Water Under-13 Mixed Junior Grand Final. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay our respects to their elders, past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today. Firstly, a big thank you to Dave Roberts and the Mount Evelyn JFC committee and volunteers for hosting today. So can we please put a hand together for Mount Evelyn who hosted? Well done. It's been a wonderful day. And also, please don't forget to fill up the drink bottles from the Yarra Valley Water Cart. Thank you, Yarra Valley Water, our junior major sponsor. Tuesday. Our two grand final teams, Upwey, Tecoma and Mount Evelyn, have played off in the last two grand finals, with each of them winning one. Who will it be today? Both teams are well deserving of their place in today's grand final, and we look forward to a great match. I'd also like to congratulate our umpires who will be officiating today's game. Well done, guys. Okay, I now invite you to stand if you're able, and please remove your hats for our national anthem. Good luck to both teams.
Well, hello and welcome to Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve for our Under-13 Mixed Grand Final. The final Grand Final for our first instalment of the Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap Junior Grand Finals here in the Outer East between Upwey, Tecoma and Mount Evelyn. I'm Adam Miller taking you through today's action, and joining me in the commentary position is Adam Brogdon and Steph Barkus. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm very excited. It is our last grand final of the day. The sun's gone down a bit now. We've had a lovely day. It's starting to get a little chillier, but I'm very excited for this one. Like our last grand final, guys, we have lots of boys across both Mount Evelyn and Upwey who have been a part of our interleague program, expecting a really highly skilled and exciting game.
Most certainly, and this is definitely a bit of a rivalry that's built up over the years because these two sides have played in the last couple of instalments in these grand finals in this particular age group. They played off in 2023. Mount Evelyn won that one. Then Upwey Tecoma got their revenge last year, and we'll find out what happens in about an hour's time today. We'll go through the head-to-head. They played 3 times this season. Upwey Tecoma have won all 3 of those. Upwey Tecoma did finish on top of the ladder this year with an 11-0 record. Mount Evelyn were second with a 9-3 record. And the last time they played, Upwey Tecoma won by 10 points, 6-1-37 to Mount Evelyn 4-3-27. David Van Horn, the Upwey Tecoma coach, said, "Our boys have had another great season, have put in a lot of hard work on the training track. This is a great group of kids and a really special team. I'm so proud of the awesome team football they played together. We are really looking forward to the challenge Mount Evelyn will give us this weekend, as they have all year, and it will be an exciting game. Best of luck to the lads." For Mount Evelyn, Coach Steve Glenn, our boys are beyond excited and feel privileged to be a part of this season's grand final. They deserve to be here and have fought hard all year to earn this spot. We've worked throughout the season on our game plan and we'll execute it well to win this game. And we are about to get action underway here at Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve in just a couple of moments as the umpire holds the ball aloft. It is our final grand final of the day, an action-packed day once again in the Outer East. And Mount Evelyn get the first hit out of the day through centre, the captain. who decided to go backwards. A bit of an interesting decision, so Upwey Tecoma inadvertently gained territory. Handball comes back in towards the corridor. Picked up beautifully here by Raru. Usually quite influential. Now it's under the agency of De Bruyne. Long kick inside forward 50. No mark will be taken. Comes to ground level. Plenty of numbers surround the contest, and the umpire comes in and calls for a stoppage. So the early territory battle being won by Upwey Tecoma. Trying to get it at ground level here is Glenn. Can he get the ball under his control? No, he can't, but he comes in with a good, strong tackle and restrains the attack of Upwey Tecoma for now. So it's a stoppage at half forward for the Tigers. Up it goes. Again, ball comes to ground level. Harris probably getting the better of the hit out. Now it's gathered at ground level by Miller. Dan steps around a couple, and now Matt Evelyn connects at their defensive 50. Lehman, his kick was smothered, and the ball trickles over the boundary line, and it'll be thrown back into play. Oh, sorry, in fact, it'll be a ball up. So another stoppage. Once again, another congested game. Raru couldn't quite get to it in time. So Matt Evelyn, long kick out of defence, but again, it is going to be a turnover. Ball trickles over the line of the last kick rule will come into play here. Clifford, the recipient of the free kick, assessing the options up ahead and just checks the kick a little bit, but he's turned it over. And Mount Evelyn have an opportunity to counter-attack. A lead was provided by Glenn. He wasn't spotted. So they go down the line. Can a mark be taken? No, through the hands on that occasion there of Panetta. But here go Mount Evelyn inside forward 50. No mark to be taken. Where are the Crummers out the back? Ball heads towards the boundary line and it's escorted over by Adams. Is it? No. Ball stays in play for the moment. Here might be an opportunity for Clark if he can gather it cleanly. Mount Ev just will it back into the corridor. Clark on hands and knees, couldn't win the football. Now it's gathered at ground level by Walker of Upwey Tecoma, and the umpire comes in and calls for a ball up.
So Mount Evelyn have an early advantage in this game as the ball's balled up just outside the goal square. So won the tap, did Mount Evelyn, but into the hands of Upwey Tecoma. A check side off balance kick, and due to the last kick rule, that'll be Mount Evelyn's free kick, and we may have had a crowd falcon as well just to go with it.
No, it was a one-handed mark.
Oh, one-handed mark. Oh, yep. Fantastic.
The ball went through all the celebratory balloons along the fence. That's what happened.
Fair enough. So in the hands of McNamara. It's kicked in the line. Fair bit of contest happening here. Mount Evelyn trying to get the footy out of there. I thought I heard a whistle, but apparently not. Kicked into their forward 50s, Mount Evelyn, but there's a whole lot of Upwey Tecoma players swarming it. In particular, Dunn with the footy, chasing it down. Going to try and beat the Mount Evelyn players too, but he hasn't done it particularly well. Push towards the boundary. Martin for Mount Ev. And holding the man free kick will be paid for Mount Evelyn, so they'll have an unimpeded chance to enter their forward 50. So we'll set them up. Should spread out on the entry. Can a mark be taken? Yes, but it's not by Mount Evelyn. It's of Carroll for Upwey Tecoma. So he's going to play on. He's going to run out of defensive 50 and just spear it down the middle. It's a pretty lengthy kick, but it hasn't quite gotten to the advantage. That being said, he just got grabbed the last second. He's been paid holding the ball, unfortunately, against Cartwright. Ball settled well for him, just couldn't get rid of it on time. Sent back down the middle to the hands of Miller. Back out to Glenn. Handballed back into the corridor. Being attacked by Upwey Tecoma. And this will be a stoppage again, right on top of the cricket pitch as we enter the first few minutes of this game.
So another stoppage. Upwey Tecoma now regaining some territory. So no scores as of yet. Raru just thumps it forward. This might be an opportunity for Barnes if he can run onto what he can, but he's taken in a tackle straight away. Umpire calls him to go. So the tackle wasn't rewarded. Beautifully gathered here by De Bruyne. Sends a long one inside forward 50. No mark can be taken. Ball comes to ground level. Maybe an opportunity for Harris. Can't get the ball under his control. And it's locked up. Is it ball up? No, umpire calls him to go. And now Matt Evelyn connects to the defensive 50 through Ryan Miller. Long kick out of the back half, but he's turned it over. Once again, the intercepting mark taken here by Carroll, who can send up by Tecoma inside forward 50, and the mark is taken straight onto the chest of Barnes, whose eyes are darting around, but I think he might back himself into the set shot. No, he checks the kick. Beautifully done.
Good eyes.
And he sets up Thompson, who can line them up from 25 out directly in front. And this will be the first real look at goal for this game, 5 minutes into the first quarter. So a good passage of play there from Upwey Tecoma, and they'll get a look. So Angus Thompson, in he comes to kick his side into life. Starts right. It's not coming back. Is there a mark on the line? No, it's not. And now Mount Evelyn can counter-attack. They do it pretty quickly to the outer side of the ground, and a good strong mark taken overhead there by Martin. Martin wheels onto the right boot. Can he find a set of hands? No. Ball thumped away from a couple of Mount Evelyn players. They paddle it back into the corridor. Maybe an opportunity presenting itself here for Asher Miller if he can get the ball under his control, but he can't. Now Upwey Tecoma try and surge back the other way. No one can gather it cleanly, though. Miller gets a kick away. Thought about going the handball, but he's turned it over. No, the mark wasn't paid. Thought for sure that was a mark, and now we're holding the ball. Free kick will go the way of Mount Evelyn. So Mount Evelyn come to the broadcast side of the ground. Good mark. Is it? No, again. And there's a huge falcon there on De Bruyne. So Glenn couldn't gather it. In he goes once again. Was he taken high? No, umpire calls him to go. So stoppage just forward of centre for Mount Evelyn. So been a pretty even contest so far. Both sides have had the ball down there into the ground at points in time, but neither have been able to convert opportunities. So once again, up it goes. Thumped forward here by centre. Trying to bust his way through the pack was Van Horn, but he's run into a brick wall and it's going nowhere, so the umpire calls for a stoppage.
So he calls for a stoppage, and the ball will go up again. Slammed forward by Mount Evelyn, but running onto the footy there is Clifford. And he's got the ball again. He's going to thump it forward. And Upwey Tecoma will do their best to deal with the situation. Mount Evelyn have got possession of the footy now, though. But there's been a free kick blown, and it will go Upwey Tecoma's way in particular. It will go the way of Cartwright. So Cartwright sends it long to the goal square. No mark taken. Hasn't crossed the line either yet. And now it has.
Rushed over.
So Upwey Tecoma with an early 1 point lead, which is obviously the finest of margins.
Yep.
Exiting the goal square now. Mount Evelyn kicking towards the scoreboard side, looking for a mark, and very well taken there by Bombinski. So he'll go back and assess his options. Just decides to pull the kick short to find a teammate, who will then try to kick it into the corridor. There's a whole lot of Upwey Tecoma jerseys, and one of them's come down with the footy. In particular, Clifford again. So Clifford sends it into the forward 50. It's then been passed on to Cartwright. Cartwright has taken a shot at goal, sprayed it a bit left. So not a bad couple of plays from Upwey Tecoma here, but maybe not making the most of that opportunity in front of goal. So Jackie up. We'll be bringing it out of the goal square towards the broadcast wing. And a pretty heated contest at the moment. Upwey Tecoma maybe winning that battle just from the crumb of the marking contest. And Mount Evelyn have come away with it since, though. And a free kick will be blown, going Mount Evelyn's way.
So Mount Evelyn now with a chance to pounce off half-back. There's a leading option providing himself in Panetta, but it goes even wider and into the hands of Glenn. So Glenn backpedals off the mark, looks to the corridor, and that's where he'll go. But he's kicked to a contest well and truly favouring Upwey Tecoma. The mark couldn't be taken, though, by De Bruyne. He brought it down to ground, and now they can go inside forward 50. Breaking away is Van Horn. Dishes off. Here's an opportunity for McNamara. Looks pretty good off the boot, and he's got it. First goal of the grand final, and it goes the way of Upwey Tecoma. Jacob McNamara has nailed it. 1-2-8 to no score.
Great work from Upwey. They were down their end quite a bit and couldn't quite execute. Got those couple of points, and now a bit of reward for that effort. Definitely the momentum in their favour at the moment. Just
maybe a bit of a risky one there from Chase Glenn to come back into the corridor, and he kicked to probably a 3-on-1 favouring Upwey Tecoma. And De Bruyne did well. He couldn't take the mark, but he got it down to ground level to his crummers. And they just played a bit of surge mentality there, Upwey Tecoma, and it worked out for the McNamara, pounced on it, and more importantly, put it straight through the big stick. So up it goes once again. And Senna definitely had the better of the ruck battle up against Raru so far. Here is De Bruyne. checks his kick. It's a good one as well. The mark is taken. And so that man again, McNamara, just kicked the goal moments ago, who can look to put Upwey Tecoma inside forward 50. Low trajectory ball. No mark can be taken. It just fell short of the intended target. Asher Miller comes across to provide a hand. Bounce of the ball was unkind there for Martin, but eventually he gathers it. And now Mount Evelyn can go back the other way. Glenn, can he get the Jets on? He's been corralled here. Beautifully done by Angus Carroll. He got the kick away, Glenn, but they've turned it over. Now it's under the agency of Bailey Thomas of Mount Evelyn, Upwey Tecoma, but I think he's turned it over, has he?
No.
So Upwey Tecoma come back into the corridor. McNamara flew but couldn't stick the mark. Thomas once again for Upwey Tecoma. Now De Bruyne dishes it off. Did that really well. Bailey Thomas for a third time in this passage of play. Ball heads towards the boundary line. Cartwright can send him inside forward 50. Dishes off to De Bruyne. Or was it Raru? In fact, long kick to a one-on-one. Is the mark taken? No, it's not, but it won't matter because they've kicked another one Upwey Tecoma. Didn't mark, didn't matter.
Britton Adams.
And Adams has nailed it. 2-2-14 to yet to score. And Upwey Tecoma now full of life, and Mount Evelyn need to respond.
Yeah, that was very well put together play by Upwey Tecoma. Just kick it down the line and beat his man in the goal square, he did. So we'll go back to the centre now. Ball thrown aloft. Mount Evelyn win the tap down again. And is that Glenn tapping it out? But Upwey Tecoma have ended up with the possession of the footy in the hands of Clifford. So Clifford dished it off to Thomas. Thomas dancing around a couple of guys. Giving it off to Van Horn. And taking in a tackle, and he's holding the ball. So Mount Evelyn will get their chance to make their way towards their 50. In the ball in the hands of Ash Miller. Mark taken by Cade Malika. So he'll bite off more into the corridor, into the top of the 50. Upwey Tecoma made a pretty good effort to get that mark. Didn't quite bring it down though. Contested footy in the middle of the ground. Mount Evelyn have the numbers and the foot speed, it seems, as well in the hands of Ryan Miller. But there goes the quarter time siren. So Upwey Tecoma with a very early lead. 2-2-14 to Mount Evelyn's no score, and it seems to be that they've got all the territory game at the moment. Upwey Tecoma,
just definitely in the second half of that first quarter. It's pretty even in the first half.
Yes.
I have to say both teams definitely got the ball down there, but Upwey Tecoma started to take their opportunities, and they do take a pretty handy margin at the first change. 2-2-14 they are to Mount Evelyn, yet to score. We'll head off to a break for quarter time, and when we come back, we'll bring you all the action from the second quarter. And welcome back to Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve for the second quarter of our under-13 mixed grand final between Upwey Tecoma and Mount Evelyn. The last of today in the first instalment of our Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap Junior Grand Finals. And as it stands, Upwey Tecoma have a 14-point margin. 2-2-14 they are to Mount Evelyn, no score. So the Rovers need to open their account this quarter and get things rolling and get themselves back into the contest. So all is in readiness here at Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve. Can Upwey Tecoma extend upon the margin to Mount Evelyn claw their way back? As the umpire holds the ball aloft, and second quarter action is underway here at Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve. So once again it's centre and Raru in the ruck. Raru gets the better of this one. In fact, he roves his own tap. Surges forward with a handball. So Upwey Tecoma straight away winning the early territory, but it's been intercepted here by Ryan Miller. He ran into a brick wall though. Now it's picked up at ground level there by Panetta. He's turned it over. So Upwey Tecoma, can they surge it forward? No, it's just turnovers galore at the moment. Centre eventually just dump kicks it forward to centre half forward. What can Mount Evelyn do here? Maybe an opportunity for Dylan Clark. Tries to win the ground level ball. Spills towards the broadcast side of the ground. Maybe an opportunity here for Noah Page. Clark, long kick towards goal. He's got the hook on it, and he's got the carry. And Mount Evelyn get the first of the second quarter.
And he loved the celebration too, didn't he, Aiden? So massive. One of these ones, I don't even know what to call it. No one can see me do it either.
Dylan Clark, something from nothing. Something from nothing, and they needed that one, Mount Evelyn. So they get it back to 8 points the difference, and that will fill them with confidence.
Could not have asked for a better start if you're Mount Evelyn.
No, certainly not. So it's back in the middle once again. One straight six now, the Rovers to Upwey Tecoma, 2-2-14. Up it goes. Centre and Raru. Raru went early. Neither ruckman got a fingertipper on it. They soccer it forward. Centre, again, just playing with that surge mentality. Here is Clark. Can he get it out the back? No, he can't. Clark tries to gather it at ground level. Plenty of numbers around the contest. Noah Page is involved too, but eventually Upwey Tecoma get the ball under their control. They can exit the defensive 50. Long kick looking for Cartwright, but a good contest was provided there by Ryan Miller. Got it to ground level. In goes Miller with a second effort. Tries to break his way through. Dishes off to Miller, who can put him inside forward 50, but he ran into a brick wall. Plenty of numbers surrounding the contest once again. Upwey Tecoma looked to bring it into the corridor. Glenn just couldn't quite gather the football. Spins one way, then goes the other. Puts him inside forward 50. And it's cut off. And Upwey Tecoma can exit the defensive 50. Straight onto the chest there of De Bruyne.
So kick down the line now. Mark taken by Sensa. Or Senna, even. As he has a look around. Goes more into the centre, deep inside the forward 50, but a mark's been taken by Upwey Tecoma. In fact, it's Jake Walker. And so he sends it out wide to De Bruyne, who kicks it into the corridor. There's quite a few jerseys there, and a mark's been taken in their favour. So he sells the candy and then sends it down the line. It was really well done play. It ends up in the hands of Powell, who gets it forward to Barnes, who tapped it on. Barnes to pick up the footy again, onto the right boot. And it's been rebounded back into the centre square. So there will be a stoppage in the middle of the ground. So ball bouncing around. And it's been quite a fierce contest to start. So the ball up in the air again. Raru tapped it down. He's going to rove his own work. Handball unfortunately turned it over straight to the hands of Roberts. Roberts tapped it forward. Get into the hands of Malika, who also turned it over. And there's a free kick going his way. So he'll send it up the corridor, trying to find a Mount Evelyn jersey. Didn't really take a mark. Miller's in amongst the contest, and we get a high contact free kick. So Mount Evelyn are primed for entry here. And Miller can send it into the top of the 50. And they've got a man there, couldn't quite take the mark. Upwey Tecoma, rebounding out of their defensive 50. Mark not quite taken, but Mount Evelyn, through the hands of Dredge, kicked it forward. Then Panetta, get it inside the 50 into the hands of Whitehead. Whitehead running onto the footy. Given to, I believe that's Dylan Clark. Chasing after his footy. And there's a whole lot of Mount Evelyn jerseys, and there's a spray kick out of the pack. Couldn't quite see which direction it was going in, but Upwey Tecoma have mopped it up, and they're going to try and and very well smothered off the boot from Mount Evelyn. So they're going to have another go at this through Dredge. Dredge up in the air, trying to find a man inside. Couldn't quite take the mark. Miller's picked it up, and he's put the Jets on. Go, kick it, son. And he's kicked a beauty. That is a fantastic goal there from Asher Miller. Just sprinted through the boundary, all through the pocket when this one's mine, and slotted it. So really well done by Miller.
I was going to say, Adam, if he sprinted through the boundary, it would have gone out of bounds.
Yeah, no, sprinted along the boundary are the words I was looking for. But don't let my terrible commentary get in the way of that fantastic goal.
Tough angle, players everywhere. That 100%. Was just special.
And going flat stick as well. It's not easy to be able to do that.
Not at all.
But he's absolutely nailed it. And he cuts the margin down to 2 points. And Mount Evelyn are full of life now. Can Upwey Tecoma respond? Centre, been so good on the ruck. Unkind bounce. Upwey Tecoma get the ball moving forward. They might just find an opportunity here. Can someone gather it cleanly? Appealing for a hold there was Barnes, but nothing forthcoming. Maybe an opportunity at ground level for Harris. Harris lays a good strong tackle, and the umpire comes in, calls for a stoppage inside the forward 50 of Upwey Tecoma, who suddenly seem like they're under siege. So the umpire will throw the ball aloft. Up it goes. Tap was one down there. Kick to the top of the square. Maybe an opportunity here for Stevens. No. Oh. And Mount Evelyn cleverly rush it to safety. Treloar takes it over. And a rush behind. Slightly extends the lead of Upwey Tecoma to 3 points, but in the grand scheme of things, probably the right decision. That's a really good kick as well. Centre on the end of it, and he'll go for a run. He'll put the Jets on. He'll take on Raru. He burns him off. He lost control of the bounce centre, but it won't matter. He dishes it off, but he's turned it over. Now Raru can go back the other way for Upwey Tecoma. Just paddling it forward. Raru, oh no, he's socketed it out of bounds, and umpire's going to call for a ball up. Maybe a bit unlucky Mount Evelyn to not get a free kick for the last kick rule, but umpire maybe thought a hand got in there just before it came off the boot.
Always hard to spot those like among the feet situations. You don't know who it's come off.
Senna really got going there. Just lost control of the bounce slightly, but Raru couldn't go with him. But anyway, up it goes. So Senna and Raru to do battle on the ruck. Raru probably just getting the better of that tap. Ball being slapped back and forth from both teams. Now a kick to centre half forward, but it's cut up beautifully by Thomas. Steps away from one. Kicks back into the corridor. Up and under. Ball. Good strong mark is taken there. Well taken by Carroll. And up by Tecoma. Continue to take on the corridor. No mark can be taken. Picked up beautifully here though by Harris. Good second effort. Gets the ground level footy. Tries to spin out of trouble. Couldn't do so. Can Mount Evelyn exit this defensive 50? Was there a push? No, umpire calls for a stoppage.
So there's a stoppage deep in Upwey to Tecoma's 50. So we'll get this going again. Tap won by Mount Evelyn. And the ball isn't really in anyone's possession at the moment. There's a bit of desperation happening. Mount Evelyn get the clearing kick, but there's no one out there. So it's all Upwey Tecoma jerseys. But a brilliant tackle. Oh, and just copped him high in the end. So kicked out by Duraru. So he'll go to enter the 50-metre arc and kick deep into a pack. Who's there? It's quite a few players. It's just rushed over the boundary and it shouldn't be, so it's just a stoppage. So we'll have this one balled up. So Raru. No, not Raru. Who we got? We've got Harris. We've got Harris, who ended up winning the tap, but Upwey Tecoma having a flying shot on goal and just missed right was the kick from Van Horn there. Doesn't help to know who it was when you're looking at the wrong team sheet. So to exit their defensive 50, Mount Evelyn kick it wide along the scoreboard side into the hands of Martin, and a stoppage will occur high up in the 50-metre arc. So we'll get the rucks over here. Raru's back. And Senna will go up against each other. Raru got the better of that tap, but it ended up in the hands of Miller, who's been absolutely everywhere this game. Back into the hands of Martin. Martin down the line. Wasn't a fantastic kick to the advantage of Mount Evelyn, but they might make it work anyway. Upwey Tecoma's got the advantage of the footy at the moment, but here comes Senna. Couldn't quite pick it up cleanly, but he's still doing well with it. On the right boot, smashes it down the line. Not quite a mark, but a good contest nevertheless. Upwey Tecoma have the footy at the moment, but couldn't hold on. But at the moment, Clark snapped it onto the right boot, trying to put it at the advantage down the line. Really good tackle there by Fox, but the ball still gets away. Glenn in pursuit. Glenn trying to get the footy back for his side. In the hands of Upwey Tecoma after a very good pass. And a right foot down the line, bit of a chip kick, and it's going to be spoiled by that man there, Roberts. And they're going to get the footy back through Dredge. Dredge down the line. Kicked it back into the centre of field of play. Upwey Tecoma having a bit of have to dodge around, did De Bruyne. And same thing here for Thomas. Thomas going to be under siege. But Asher Miller picks the footy up. He tries to get rid of the handball. A volleyball-style thump over the back of the head. And Upwey Tecoma's got possession again.
So Upwey Tecoma take on the corridor. It's a beautiful kick as well into the hands of Cartwright, who steps around the mound of the mark. Kick to centre half forward, looking for White. Can he stick the mark? No. Ball spills out the back. Dredge gets it under his control. Wasn't Dredge, sorry. In fact, it was Jakia. And he finds Senna. Good strong mark overhead. Senna asks for someone to come at him, and he might have just turned it over here. De Bruyne provided a good contest, and Upwey Tecoma are about to be inside forward 50. No, because Senna with a brilliant smother. Dishes off. Dredge this time taking it, a dumping tackle by Raru. Oh, beautifully done. The spin out of trouble from Barnes, and the kick towards goal. Falls short of the goal line. It stays in play though. The kick out of the defensive 50 from Trelaw, but for how long? Raru tries to mark over the top. Glenn gets a handball, so Mount Evelyn out of danger for the moment, but for how long? That kick inside forward 50 was smothered. Who can gather it cleanly here for either side? Here is Miller once again. Can he get the Jets on? No, Raru got him in the tackle. Through comes Glenn. Taken down to ground, and the umpire calls for a stoppage.
What an exciting bit of play there with that potential goal from Upwey. And man, the intensity has just lifted since Asher Miller kicked that goal for Mount Evelyn.
So up it goes. It was Dredge in the ruck that time who got the better of the tap against Raru. So Mount Evelyn again taking on the corridor, but Upwey Tecoma will force the turnover. Dangerous handball. Can Mount Ev get a clean passage? Kick coming off the boat there of Malika to centre half forward. It's cut off though. Beautifully done by Pearce. Goes to the outer side of the ground, looking for Powell. Can he get the ball under his control? He's being corralled here by Roberts.
Wow.
Roberts did really well, and he can get the ball to half forward, but he might have just turned it over here. Ball heads towards the boundary line of the last kick rule, once again coming into play. And Upwey Tecoma received the free kick, and I think that should just about do us for the first half here in the under-13 mixed grand final. Dangerous kick into the corridor, but it pays off. And there's a siren, and that is half-time here in the under-13 mixed grand final in our first instalment of the Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap Junior Grand Finals in the Outer East. And Upwey Tecoma 4 points in the lead at the main change, 2-4-16 to Mount Evelyn 2 straight 12 and Adam. Mount Ev with plenty more life in that second quarter.
Yeah, they sure did. They really just sprung up and kicked a couple of goals when they really needed to. They were looking like not out of it, but they were certainly. It was looking a bit strange on the scoreboard. But then to kick 2 goals in the first couple of minutes in that second quarter, is it's exactly what they wanted. And then they held up a very, very professional defence, I'd say, and did really well to contain Upwey Tecoma for the rest of that quarter.
Most certainly. So this little rivalry between these two age groups of Upwey Tecoma and Mount Evelyn, it continues to be quite a thing, and we look forward to what should be an interesting second half. We will now go off to a break for halftime. When we come back, we will bring you all the action from the aforementioned second half. And welcome back to Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve for the all-important second half of our under-13 mixed grand final between Upwey Tecoma and Mount Evelyn in the first instalment of our Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap Junior Grand Finals. And what a tight tussle it's been so far after Upwey Tecoma led by 14 points at quarter time. Mount Evelyn were able to bridge the gap and get it back to 4 points, the difference at the main change. 2-4-16 it is to 2 straight 12. Now we are underway in the second half as the umpire holds the ball aloft. So again, Raru and Senator do battle on the ruck. Raru wins the tap, but it was beautifully shucked there by Glenn, who handballs the ball in front of himself. Goes again with a handball into the hands of Miller, who's already kicked 1 goal. Kick to full forward. Can someone get this out the back, or will it be rushed over to safety? No, Upwey Tecoma opt to keep the ball in play. Dribbles towards Van Horn. Couldn't gather the football. Maybe an opportunity now for Muscat. Handball back in towards the corridor. Van Horn tries to get a kick clear, but it was smothered. Just running past the football, there was Glenn. Beautifully picked up by Miller. Check side, beautiful kick, and the mark is taken. 30 out from goal.
Wow.
Well done, Asher Miller.
Great long of the eyes, great snap into 50, and now set them up with a chance to kick another goal.
And a golden opportunity here for Smith Martin, who will line them up from 30 out directly in front. This to put Mount Evelyn in front for the first time today. In he comes, such a crucial kick in the context of this game. And he's kicked into the man of the mark. And it beats everyone, and Upwey Tecoma find themselves on the counter-attack. Beautifully picked up here at ground level by Carroll. Comes back into the corridor. Who can gather the football? Knocked forward here by Harris. Harris being corralled here by Roberts. Comes back the other way. Beautiful handball there coming from McNamara. Gets it to half forward now. Upwey Tecoma really starting to press. But they've run into a brick wall, and Mount Evelyn now can pounce off half back.
So Mount Evelyn have the footy in the defensive 50 at the moment. And he doesn't quite know what to do with it, so he tries to do this little chip kick in the way of Malika, who tries to take on the entire world, and unfortunately gets pinned for holding the ball. So it's Upwey Tecoma's footy in the hands of Clifford, who sends it in, doesn't quite get a mark. Mount Evelyn in there, looking like they might get the footy out. But they've turned it over immediately into the hands of Carroll. When Carroll sends it in, doesn't quite get a mark, just couldn't get the stick. Couldn't get it to stick, but Raru's taken a mark on the top of the 50 and then tried to take on a player, and he's kicked it straight through the middle, and he's very excited. So that's Upwey Tecoma's first goal for this second half.
No, he missed.
Oh, no, he's missed. It was very animated, so I figured he must have hit it. Look, I saw the umpire shuffle across, and I went, oh, geez, he must have cut it close. But Mount Evelyn have gone back out of their defensive 50. Didn't quite stick the mark to De Bruyne. So Mount Evelyn try and take possession, sock it off the ground. Clifford goes to pick it up again, but it gets stopped by Glenn. Glenn kicked it to the middle of the field, and then hand passes off. Bust through some players to Mount Evelyn. Doesn't quite get the mark to stick, but I think the ball's been brought back for a high contact free kick, as they didn't quite get the advantage that the umpires would have hoped. So back into the hands of Lehman. He's got all of the options in the world, so he just does this little short chip kick, but he's gone almost straight to Raru, but he hasn't taken the mark, so... And we've brought this back for a holding free kick. So again, it's a reset for Mount Ev. So they've sent it into the 50-metre. A very well-marked footy from Dylan Clark, who's used his height to a massive advantage and just taken it straight over the back of Milne.
He's already kicked one goal in the afternoon too, Adam, and again, another opportunity for Mount Evelyn to hit the front for the first time today.
Absolutely. So it's about 40 out. So he'll need to give this a fair ride. So in he comes. Clark. It's come nice off the boot, but it's gone and drifted right. So not a bad kick, but maybe not the most accurate one.
So Upwey Tecoma with a bit of a reprieve in defence. Saunders with a kick in duties. Looks to the outer side of the ground, and that's where he'll go. He goes for a bit of a run and eventually gets the kick away through the hands of Thomas. Trying to gather it out. The back is Harris, but they've turned it over. And Mount Evelyn once again on the attack. They've got all the momentum at the moment. Maybe an opportunity here for Panetta. Centre the ball. And a free kick for a trip. And it's going to go Dylan Clark's way. Or was it push in the back?
Yeah, it was just a low push in the back.
So either way, Dylan Clark gets another look. So not too often you get mulligans like this in footy. Maybe this is the chance for Mount Evelyn to go get themselves in front. So Dylan Clark from about 30 metres out on a slight angle. He's already got one goal in the afternoon. This for his second. This for Mount Evelyn's third. And more importantly, no, it falls short. And a good intercepting mark taken there by Britton Adams, who looks to go to the broadcast side of the ground. Van Hornfloen from the side, but couldn't stick the mark. Good pressure provided here by Chase Glenn.
Kicking in danger.
And another free kick that's going to go to Upwey Tecoma, as Adam mentioned, for kicking in danger. Clifford, the recipient. And he takes the advantage, and he looks to go through the corridor, and he's got a leading option, which he'll go to. The kick goes a little bit wide, but it should be okay, because Angus Carroll will eventually cut across and win the football. Long kick to half forward. He's got an option out wide in Powell, but he's been corralled. Cutting across beautifully there was Jet Lehman. Heads towards the boundary line. They do keep it in play, though, to Upwey Tecoma. Once again, Harris is involved. Goes backwards to go forwards. Carroll puts the Tigers inside forward 50, but it's fisted away beautifully there by Jakir. And the ball out of bounds and will be a ball up inside the forward 50 now of Upwey Tecoma.
So we'll get a stoppage play in Upwey Tecoma's forward 50 as the umpire just gets the rucks into position. And up it goes. So Upwey Tecoma won that tap, and there's a rove, and all of a sudden there's a snapper goal. Oh, what a fantastic kick that was!
No way!
Did someone keep an eye on who that was? Because I could not get his number from here, but that is a fantastic goal. And I want to give him all the props he deserves, because that is not much better than that. Just a simple, got the rove, got the tap down, and just went, thank you very much, and snapped it through.
Another one from a tough angle, though, from pretty much the boundary.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
That's amazing. And that is seriously good work from the Upwey Tecoma forward line.
Bit of something from nothing in that.
Yes, there's a lot of that. So they put another one on the board, bring the score 3-5-23 to Mount Evelyn's 2-1-13. So 10-point lead for Upwey Tecoma as the ball goes up in the middle again. Upwey Tecoma getting the first possession, but Mount Evelyn putting on heaps of pressure through the middle, trying to get the intercept. But Upwey Tecoma, Clifford, very quick, but so is Miller. Miller's quick and he's small, so we got under here. And he's dribbled it through. It's gone under everybody, clean bowled. Mount Evelyn have another go there at the top of the 50, just paddling it forward. Handballing it through. And that's Bombinski's going to get a chance. Smothered off to boot, I believe. Or not, just a miss kick.
Angus Carroll kicked the goal.
Angus Carroll kicked the goal. So well done, Angus. That's a fantastic goal.
Took an eternity to turn around for me to get his number.
So Mount Evelyn back on the prowl. And they've kicked, not quite a mark taken. But there's a very heavy contest in there at the moment. Britton Adams kicking the ball out or tried to get to the advantage of a teammate, but hasn't quite made it to him on the full. Dudink tried to get it in for Man Evelyn, but Man Evelyn got the ball and he's kicked a goal from there. He hasn't.
Centre.
So centre has kicked one for his side. And that's a really good goal. That's a good rove again. Similar boat.
What is it that Leo would say?
Captain's goal that only captains can kick.
Exactly right.
Back to 4 points the difference as well. The big ruckman centre has absolutely nailed it. And once again, only 4 points separates the two sides as the ball comes back into the middle. So Man Evelyn once again reignite some life into this game, just as he thought maybe Upwey Tecoma might kick away again. Up it goes. Raru and Centre have done battle all day. Raru gets the better of this tap, but it's beautifully shot by Miller. Gets the handball away to Panetta. Panetta dishes it back off to Miller, who gets the Jets on. Puts the Rovers inside forward 50. Clark flew in from the cyber container.
Clark again.
But he gathers it. Kick towards goal. Hill and bounce. It straights on. Doesn't quite come through for Dylan
And the
Clark.
crowd makes the same noise that we did. Can't believe it. It was almost there. What a great bit of play.
He crumbed his own ground level work, and Van Horn connects to the defensive 50 for Upwey Tecoma, and the relieving mark here is taken by Cartwright. Cartwright goes wide. He's turned it over though. Centre dishes it off. Oh, he played on when he probably shouldn't have. Cartwright will go again for Upwey Tecoma. Kick into the corridor, looking for Thomas, who eventually gather the bouncing ball. Dishes it off. Maybe a chance here for Glenn. Going in hard too, there was Ryan Miller, but they're on the counter-attack now. Thomas dishes it off to De Bruyne, and a free kick will go the way of Upwey Tecoma. Back into the hands of Thomas, who wheels around onto the right boot, goes wide with a kick looking for Raru, who will take an uncontested mark. And he can put the Tigers inside forward 50. De Bruyne provides a lead. And that's where he looks to go to a one-on-one contest. No mark can be taken. Thump backwards there by Dredge of Mount Evelyn. Maybe an opportunity at ground level for Thompson. Soccer off the ground by Cartwright, is it?
Touched.
No. It was Carroll, in fact, but Mount Evelyn just get back in time and another rush behind. So 5 points now separates the two sides as the Rovers look to exit their defensive half.
So Man Evelyn run out of the goal square, go play it on the scoreboard side of the ground. Looking for Centre. Centre didn't quite get there. And pushed over there, just getting over the boundary line it was. So we'll have a stoppage halfway out the wing. So Man Evelyn have applied a lot of pressure this quarter and are really trying to show Upwey Tecoma what they can do. So only 4 points in it. So the ball will go up between, I believe, Harris and Centre. Oh no, Raru's there. Oh no, it's not. Oh well. I've mucked that up. But that's okay. Man Evelyn, Glenn got the kick out. Tried to find his teammate in Panetta. Couldn't quite. Miller just dashing through everybody. Done really well here. Couldn't quite get the handball to stick though. Man Evelyn in their forward 50 now. There's so many of them. They're swarming Upwey Tecoma at the moment. Just trying to get a clean possession out. Man Evelyn, but Upwey Tecoma get it out, but they've got a spare man back because Man Evelyn had one on the ball. So Carroll run his way in, pumps it long, gets a good kick. Mark dropped by Stevens.
Oh, wow.
And smothered off the boot as well. So Man Evelyn have a chance to bounce back, but they've intercepted the ball, have Upwey Tecoma. They've played on, and they've handed it off to try and get a kick inside 50. Makanama. He's tried to keep it in, but I believe it's rolled over the line.
We've definitely seen the intensity lifted yet again in the last couple of minutes, but I think everyone needs to just settle it down a little bit, stop playing on so much, and just make the most of your opportunities, take your chances. Most
definitely, as we see Cartwright wrapped up in a tackle. So Man Ev will get the footy again, and that is the three-quarter time siren. So only a 4-point game at three-quarter time, 3-6-24 to Man Evelyn's 3-2-20. So just a 4-point game. Aiden, what do you make of that quarter?
Yeah, well, the margin doesn't change at all from half-time, Madam, and once again, it was pretty hot and heavy. Just when you thought maybe Upwey Tecoma might have been able to kick away, Man Evelyn were able to respond, and they keep things pretty close at the final change. We are looking forward to what should be a ripping final quarter, so we will now go off to a break for three-quarter time, and when we come back, we'll bring you all the action from a very exciting and very important final quarter. And welcome back to Mount Evelyn Recreation Reserve for the final quarter of our under-13 mixed grand final between Upwey, Tecoma and Mount Evelyn. And what an exciting final quarter it should be. Only 4 points separates the two sides at three-quarter time. The Tigers 3-6-24 to the Rovers 3-2-20. They played off in the last two grand finals before this one, and it was 1-1 apiece. Mount Evelyn getting the win in 2023. Upwey Tecoma getting the win in 2024. And we'll find out in 12 minutes' time who it will be in 2025 as the umpire throws the ball aloft. And here's a chance for Mount Evelyn. Miller gets the first centre clearance of the final quarter. High up and under ball. No mark can be taken. Ball comes down to ground level. Clifford paddles it in front of himself. Couldn't be gathered there on that occasion by White. There's a whistle. And a free kick going to go the way of Upwey Tecoma. So the Tigers bring it out wide to De Bruyne, who takes the relieving mark. Manning the mark is Glenn. De Bruyne, chip kick down the line. No mark can be taken through the hands of Harris. But De Bruyne goes for a run, has a bounce, checks his kick. It was affected. Here's a chance now for Angus Carroll. Already kicked one, dishes off, and the mark is taken. Isaac Powell on the end of it, and he'll line them up from 25 out directly in front. And the first look at goal in the last quarter. And this to get some much needed breathing room for Upwey Tecoma to get it back out to 10 points. Early days in the final quarter. So in comes Powell with a slow and deliberate approach on the left. Will it make the distance? No, it won't. And the intercepting mark is taken for Mount Evelyn. I believe it's Roberts. No, it's not. In fact, it's Jakia, who's been pretty good today. Goes down the line. No mark can be taken, but here's Asher Miller once again, being one of the best players on the ground, who gets the Jets on. Gets a kick out of the defensive 50 through the hands of Thomas. Glenn tries to break his way through, doing everything he can for his side, but he run into trouble, and he's penalised for holding the ball. And again, Upwey Tecoma can counter-attack. Kick comes out wide, and it works out in the end. And they'll be inside forward 50 off the back of this kick. Raru's the target.
It'll be a downfield free kick for a late hit.
And it will go to Tay Raru, who I think is going to back himself into the set shot. No, he's not. Checks his kick, and it's a beautiful kick as well. And he finds Noah Harris, who'll line them up from 35 out directly in front. Harris plays on, swings onto an arc. High up and under ball, won't make the distance. Nearly a mark in the pocket, but the ball trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play.
So deep into Upwey Tecoma's forward line will be this ball up. So certainly an advantage for Upwey Tecoma at the moment as we just try and get the ruck sorted. So centre on Raru. Raru win the tap, but Mount Evelyn got the possession. Miller just being a gun as he's been all day. Kicked up the middle, tried to bite off the corridor, but there's no one there in maroon. So the Tigers will have another attempt. So they kick it in board.
Oh, no.
It's a shorter kick, but he's dropped the mark, did McNamara. But they've gotten it back, tried to play on a bit of a drop kick, scrubby kick situation. Upwey Tecoma still got possession. And there's been a free kick blown, to Upwey Tecoma. He's handed it off. I believe that's Carroll who's kicked it, and it's been touched over the line.
Yep.
So Carroll, not a bad effort, but unfortunately just got a couple of hands on it before it crossed the line. So Mount Evelyn exiting their defensive 50. Got to find a mark, and they've found one. So Malika kicked it further up the wing, but didn't find anyone maroon, so he's kicked it to one of the Tigers players, who's made another entry, and Raru is all on his own. So really well-timed kick from Cartwright.
Oh, no.
Raru slammed into the man on the mark, but he's roved his own work, handballed it off to Harris, and Harris's shot misses right. So it's quite a frenzy at the moment.
I know they're probably feeling pretty desperate, but again, it feels a little bit rushed. They have more time than they think. They just need to slow it down just a little bit.
Absolutely, they do. So Mount Evelyn try to exit. No mark taken. Trickles over the boundary line at the top of the 50.
Easy for me to say, of course, when I'm sitting here commentating and
but you're right, Steph. They're just a couple of rush decisions that aren't really serving them very well. So going up with the ruck this time will be Dredge of Mount Evelyn and De Bruyne of Upwey Tecoma. Glenn chase it to the boundary. Does he keep it in? No, he doesn't. And it'll be another stoppage right in front of our broadcast position here at Mount Evelyn. So it's a 6-point difference now. The Rovers need to get the next one. They want to keep their chances alive. Up it goes De Bruyne and Dredge. De Bruyne gets the better of the tap. Tried to rove his own work. Tracking it back was Treloar of the Rovers, but he couldn't gather the ball in the end. Miller's in there once again. So too Glenn. Van Horn, was he taken high? Umpire calls them to go. Maybe a chance now for Pearce. If he can get it clear, he gets the handball away. Milner's involved. So too was Carroll. Thumped back the other way by Malika. And eventually Mount Evelyn get the kick clear. And this might work out. The player coming on from the interchange bench might be able to affect something, but he couldn't quite get there. That was Callanan. And now up by Tecoma, get the ball inside forward 50. Getting the handball away just in time was Barnes. And another whistle, holding the ball paid, and it's going to go Mount Evelyn's way. And Jakir will be the recipient. Jakir assesses the options. Long kick down the line. Can he find a set of hands? He can, but it's the wrong set of hands. And up by Tecoma are going to counter-attack again. This should be a kick towards goal, you would think. Can someone get it out the back? Who can gather the bouncing ball? Mount Evelyn doing everything they can. Centre eventually does. He was stripped, though. No, holding the ball's paid. Wow. And Teiraru will line them up from 25 out directly in front. I reckon that might be a tad unlucky, as I don't think there was technically a tackle. I think Centre was just stripped of the footy, but in the end, Teiraru could potentially get one hand on the cup for Upwey Tecoma if he can kick truly. In he comes to make it a 12-point difference. He gets pretty close to the man on the mark, but it won't matter because he's absolutely nailed it. And Upwey Tecoma out to a 12-point break. 4:8:32 to Mount Evelyn 3:2:20. And we're at the halfway point of the last quarter.
So Raru playing really good possession, really good territory game in his ruck contest and bringing everyone from Upwey Tecoma down to that 50 and clogging up the 50. And guess what? They've gotten a score out of it because everywhere you look, there was an Upwey Tecoma player.
And he's played pretty much all forward this last quarter. And it also has to be said that Heath Centre has played predominantly in the back line. So I think that's just the matchup, those two. So once again, it'll be De Bruyne in the ruck up against Dredge. So Mount Evelyn, if they needed the next one before, they definitely need the next one now. De Bruyne just thumps it forward and he regathers the football. Dishes off to Carroll. Carroll gets another handball away. Long kick to the top of the square. No mark can be taken. Still anyone's ball to be won though. Good strong tackle. Raru appeals for holding the ball. He's not going to get it.
So it's a ball up about halfway into the 50 for Upwey Tecoma. Mount Evelyn doing everything they can to try and get it out. Raru probably won that tap. Tapped it down to Pearce. Pearce has got his kick smothered, got the handball away as well, but it called holding the ball. So didn't like the look of that handball to the umpire. So Centre going to have the footy at the moment. So he's going to look for some options. And he's just going to chip it short to Jakia. And he's going to kick it long. Find a couple of the players down there, and it's a very, very well taken mark by that Upwey Tecoma player. I can't see who that quite was, but that's a fantastic mark. Hopefully we get his number. Anyway, he kicks it in short to the 50, and all of a sudden Upwey Tecoma is kicked into the man on the mark. And then Miller going to try and take him on, run down the wing. He knows the desperation of the situation, and very well marked by Clark. Clark took a bounce, run into the circle. And he's kicked it long. There's not quite anyone there, but he's got it.
No.
Not quite for Fox. So Fox just misses to the left side. And that was almost an extremely dangerous situation for Mount Evelyn. Oh, dangerous in a good way for them. Dangerous not in a good way for Upwey Tecoma. So Upwey Tecoma exiting the 50 out wide, but they've pretty much kicked it to the Avenger Glenn, but the boundary line's going to beat them all to the footy. And all of a sudden, Mount Evelyn have got to get on their bike and see if they can kick a goal to make this any closer. So Mount Evelyn have gotten the advantage, kicked into their 50, but that is a fantastic intercept mark by Taylor of Upwey Tecoma. So he's going to have the duties of kicking this and exiting the 50, but unfortunately he's kicked it to a Mount Evelyn player. Hadn't quite got a mark.
Keeping an eye on Heath Cessna down here, guys. He's down. He's been down for a while, so the trainers and runner just signalling here to just pause the game. It is down the other end of the field, but he's been there for a while. So I think maybe just a bit of a head knock.
Yeah, definitely a head knock.
He did get up pretty quickly, but he fell back over. So
yeah, right.
He's up at his feet, but he is definitely going to come off.
Yeah, he looks quite proppy.
But he has been brilliant today, Heath Centre, which it's unfortunate to see him come off, and that might potentially conclude his day. And man, Evelyn would love to have him out here, but I think they might have to go without him. But anyway, the Rovers, they can go back inside forward 50. Low trajectory ball. Clark has taken the mark. He's had a bit of an almost day, Dylan Clark, but here's his chance. If he kicks truly, he can get the margin back to 5 points and back within a kick, more importantly. Long kick. Does it hold the line? Does it have the carry? Can someone get on the line? Man, Evelyn appealing for deliberate, but they're not going to get it. No chance at all. So it's back to 10 points of difference. It's rushed over for a behind. 3-4-22 now. So Upwey Tecoma maybe can start to play it safe, or can they? Because they might have just turned it over. Thomas has got the ball under his control for the moment, but he's tackled holding the ball. And Mount Evelyn still have life. And guess who? It's Dylan Clark, who's looked the most likely of their forwards. And he's going to back himself in again. He nearly had the range last time. Has he got it this time? In he comes. It's just going to fall short again. Is there a mark on the line? Huge numbers around the ball. Gathered here. That was by Smith Martin. Is there a free kick here? What's going to happen? There was a whistle, I think.
Asher Miller.
Asher Miller plays on and knows it. It's back to 4 points the difference.
Well, he went back and kicked that very quickly. I think he's quite aware that they are running out of time if they want to stay in this game. Probably only a minute to go, Steph. 4-4-28 now to 4-8-32, and Mount Evelyn, no. They've got to get moving. Asher Miller, what a game he's played today. A player no short of confidence. Backs himself in at every opportunity in every contest. And he's given his team life. Up it goes. Dredge and Raru. Raru roved his own tap. Got it down to his teammate there in Pearce. One more goal for Upwey Tecoma, seals it. But Mount Evelyn will do everything they can. Kick to 1-1. Jakir provided the contest, and he gets a kick away. They'll take on the corridor, but it should be turned over, and it is. And Upwey Tecoma can just run down the clock, and they kick it out wide, and that's a good option to Thomas, who couldn't take the mark. It's not Thomas, it's Cartwright. Cartwright, there's the siren! And Upwey Tecoma hold on in a thriller. They are under 13 mixed premiers for season 2025 here in the Outer East. Probably the match of the day. 4-8-32 to Mount Evelyn, 4-4-28. A thrilling game that you could not know who was going to win it until right till the very end. But congratulations to Upwey Tecoma. A much-deserved victory. As mentioned at the start of the day, they were undefeated throughout the season, and they keep it that way. Adam, what a thrilling last quarter. What a game.
Oh, like my word, I'm speechless. That was such a good quarter. The contest was amazing, and both sides put in their all, and it was really good to see. We're just having a look at it at the moment. There seems to be a player who might actually be injured on the ground at the moment, so they're just checking on him. So hopefully we get some update about that. But either way, thrilling game, thrilling last quarter, only a 4-point margin, and that is fantastic.
No, absolutely right, Adam. And Upwey Tecoma, they would have been very nervous there when Mount Evelyn got that goal. Asher Miller doing everything he could to keep his side in the game, but they hang on. Now, that does conclude all the action today from our first instalment of the Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap Junior Grand Finals, and what a fantastic day it's been. The weather was brilliant and some very good games of football. So thank you to everyone for tuning in through the local footy hub for all the junior footy action today, and congratulations to all our premiers.
Okay, thank you for coming over. What a magnificent game of football that was. What a way to end a wonderful day. So well done to both teams. Some fantastic skillful football. Well done to both of you. Okay, we'll get started, and I'll just ask to come up on stage Ken, General Manager of Operations, to hand out the medals. Personally, thank you to our umpires. That was a great game, well done to all of you. So, Jyan, if you head up please, Lily, Dean and Jai. Well done to all of you. Okay, now we'll head to our best on ground. Our best on ground for Mount Evelyn goes to number 33, Asha. Well done, Asha, great game. And our best on ground for Upwey and also the Cameo Achiever Award goes to number 17. Okay, now can I please call up Mount Evelyn's coach Steve just to say a few words, please.
Thanks, Andy. What a game, mate. I don't know how much more I can handle with that. It's become a bit of an annual event. It's grand final, and every time it's delivered. Look, these couple of boys, you know, we're a bunch of great kids. I'm going to through some of the original process and great bunch of kids, you know, really great competition, you know. And look, my boys, this year, you know, you've been outstanding. You know, you're here because you deserve it. I'm proud of everyone who's really proud of the show. That's pretty good, ladies. So well done. Well done, my boys. And look, this thanks to the club for putting this day on. And thanks to my assistant coach, Hunter. Alright, it's not a good day. Good time. Get in.
Okay, now I'd like to call up David from Upwey, the under 13 premiership coach. So Dave, will you come up to the team hall?
Firstly, I'd like to thank Mount Evelyn. Just without you guys in the competition, it wasn't a great year. The competition of only 5 teams. So every time we played you guys, we really look forward to the challenge that you guys bring up because it was such a good, it's really a good matchup. You guys are a great team, not just full of a few stars, which you do have. You're actually a really great team. So every time we play you guys, that challenge, that's what footy's about. The last game we played here, that was one of the better wins of our boys because just that awesome fight that you get out there when we played Mount Evelyn. So a great season, boys. As you said, it's been 3 years in a row come up against you guys, but you know, you just hang in there, keep going. You know, the future looks bright for that group of kids already. Thanks, Steve. And obviously, thanks to the league and thanks to Mount Evelyn for hosting us today. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, Rob Proon and Trident. So he's very proud of you boys. So yeah, thanks to him. All right, we'll get moving. Number 1, Caleb de Brewer. Number 2, Isaac Powell. Number 3, Will Pierce. Number 4, Noah Harris. And number 6, Baz Thomas. And back up he comes, Taylor Room, number 7. And number 8, Finley Taylor. Number 9, Britt Adams. Vice captain, number 10, Jack Cartwright. Number 13, Blake done. Number 14, Angus Thompson. Augusta. Number 16, Henry Saunders. Number 18, Angus Carroll. Number 19, Judd Stevens. And number 20, Jake Walker. Number 22, Noah Van Horn. Number 25, Jacob McNamara. Number 27, Jacob White. Number 28, Tyler Mill. Number 29, Jasper Clifford. All right, just before I call the captain up here, I did, haven't spoken about you boys, but you boys are very, you're just such a special team. The way you guys bond, you work so hard on the track, you listen to everything I tell you, which is why you guys can become such a good group and work that ball as well as you do. It's been 3 years, it's been an awesome 3 years. Shouldn't start speaking. But I just love coaching you guys. It's been such a pleasure. You're an awesome team. So big congratulations to these champions down here. Without further ado, courageous captain, number 17, Sammy Barnes. Alright, I've made this mistake before, won't do it again. Our trainer, Pete Adams. Team managers, we have Jody. And our other team manager, Julie. Our runner, Shane Stevens. Big thanks to all these guys throughout the season. It's been awesome. Really good. Cheers. Alright, I think that's everybody. Of course not. Our awesome assistant coach, Charlie Ramaroo. That might be it. Yeah, that's it. I think it's time for the cup.
Okay, so the 2025 Yarra Valley Water Under 13 Miss Premiers are Upwey, Tecoma! Well done to both teams. Thank you very much for everyone that attended today. Thank you to Mount Evelyn JFC for hosting at this beautiful venue. So everyone have a safe trip home and we will see you next year.
This has been a Game Face Vision production.